Good morning. It's Monday morning. Oh, it's Monday morning. I hope everybody is good for this Monday morning. I'm sure a lot of people did not want to get up. Good morning, Remy. Good morning, Charlie Girl says. How is everybody this morning? Hopefully, my notification went out. I know that sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll give it a little bit, let people know that I'm live. Mm, I know I'm live late this morning, but I woke up late. I think it was because of the busy weekend. But so was everybody's Christmas? How was everybody's Christmas? It's finally over. Who's excited? Who's excited? All the stress. Good morning, Richard. All the stress of Christmas is over until next year. Yay! All the worrying, all the stressing, all the preparation, all the spending money, all of it is over till next year. But I had a good Christmas. My kids, my grandbaby. Hey, Nari, good morning. Um, my grandbaby, the kids, they were all here Christmas morning. My stepson spent the night Christmas Eve. I went and got my daughter and my granddaughter Christmas morning. My mother came. Hey, Payday. Good morning. And Captain Obvious. And it was a good Christmas. It was, the baby was a riot, because she's 2. So everything's exciting. So she came in and she's so used to the tree. Good morning, Tally Girl. Jason, good morning. She's so used to the tree being just the tree. So Christmas morning, she comes in and there's presents all under the tree. So her face just lit up, 'cause she's 2.5. Good morning, Sarah. Um, so her face just lit up. And we opened presents, and every present was so funny because every present she wanted to play with right then and there. And it's, you got more presents to open. So her mom was like, no, you got to wait. So we had a few meltdowns. And we got like halfway through the presents, and she was still kind of having meltdowns because she was opening babies and she wanted to play with them, and she was opening coloring books and she wanted to color, and then she opened up Frozen, the snowman guy, and she wanted to play with him. And so my mother being my mother, she crochets, and she was like, "Oh, just let her open my one of my presents. That might make her happy." And we said, "Okay," but my mom really wanted to save it for last. But my mom was like, "Let's just give it to her." Okay, so we give it to her. Well, what it was the whole Frozen attire. My mother had a hat and crocheted a crown on top of the hat. And then she made long yarn, like yellow yarn, really long, like Frozen, and she had braided it and she tied it and she put gems and all that inside the braid. So it really looked like Frozen. Well, then my mom got her the Frozen dress up dress, the gloves, the necklace, the rings, everything. That baby was like ecstatic. She wore that out right then. The presents were over. She did not want to open not another present. She was good. She was happy. She got what she wanted. So her mother ended up opening up the rest of the presents because she could care less. She could care less. Well, my daughter texted me last night and said, "Mom, I don't know what to do." I said, "What's up?" I call my daughter Monk. Um, it used to be Monkey, but I call her Monk now because she's older. So I was like, "What's up, Monk?" She was like, The baby, and we call the baby Peanut. She's like, Peanut won't, she has not stopped wearing the Elsa stuff. She says she will not take it off. I go to take it off and she screams and grabs it and puts it back on. She said the hair, everything, she just keeps on wearing it. Good morning, Amanda Ray, JoJo. Good morning, everybody. So my daughter's like, I don't know what to do. She's like, she loves all her other toys. She's playing with them, but she has to play with them as Elsa. So she keeps running around the house. And it's so funny. But my mother is so talented. Um, to make, I mean, she's made the troll. I don't know if you guys know. Want people with little kids or grandkids, there's this troll movie. And my mom's made hats for the trolls. She's made Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She's made Elsa. She's made all kinds of stuff, and it's all out of crocheting. My mother is amazing at it. I tell her all the time she should sell those stuff. She should make them and put them online and sell them. But she's like, no, I'd rather just make them for the kids. I've got to take apart. My tree was down, Remy, Christmas the next day. So I did leave it up Christmas Day. Usually, once my kids leave and it's just me and my husband, we instantly take it down. And the kids asked me if I would leave it up for Christmas Day, and I said fine, even though they weren't around. So Saturday morning, that tree was gone. All my Christmas stuff is gone. Everything is put away. I am over it. I am done. So I hope everybody else had a good Christmas. Did everybody have a good Christmas? You used to wear troll doll on your. You'll keep yours up till next weekend. Some people, my daughter asked me if I would keep mine up until after the new year. And I was like, I can't do it because mine's a real tree. I think if I had a fake tree, I might be able to. But because I have a real tree, I can't deal with the pine needles because the longer the tree sits, even though my husband waters it with the heat and everything, all the pine needles, and there's pine needles everywhere, and I swear I'm picking up pine needles until the next Christmas. So I put away the decorations. 10 nutcrackers now. Get a little box. I saved some boxes actually from presents because they're great storage boxes. The Amazon boxes are pretty strong. So I saved some of them so I could use them as storage. Mine is fake. I just like the Christmas lights. It always seems so empty after they did it. Yeah. See, and I tried to convince my husband this year. I was like, look, I get that the kids are older. You know, the kids are older now. I get when they were little, we had the real tree, but they're all adults now. They're all starting their own families. They're coming here for Christmas just for, open presents and then they're gone. So why don't we get a fake tree? We don't need a real tree anymore. Our the kids can, keep that tradition going at their own house, and we can just get a small little fake tree. And my husband was not having it. He was like, nope, because when he grew up, he was a kid of a single mom, and she had three boys, and she didn't have tons of money, so he always had a fake tree. So when he got with me, my family always had a real tree. So when we first got together, I had to convince my husband to get a real tree. He's like, no, it's a hassle. Let's just do the fake tree. And I was like, no, you don't know what it's like to have a real tree. There's nothing like a real tree. And now I wish I never opened that door for him because now he's not having it. He's like, nope, you made me like the real tree, and now we're having the real tree. I'm like, ugh. Hey, 420, good morning. I used to have a real tree too, much hassle. It is a nice smell. I love the smell, but like nowadays, they have trees that's fake trees that smell like a real tree. They have these sprays and right, yeah, Remy, air fresheners that can make it smell like a real tree. You got me beat, Pixie. I almost did. I almost did. But my daughter asked me to keep it up for at least Christmas. So I did it the next morning. The next morning, I was up and my husband woke up and the tree was gone. I can't do it. I didn't put up a tree. You didn't do a tree this year, Captain Obvious? I was even thinking, I was like, I told my husband, I said, we can just get a little tiny tree and just decorate it and put it on a table. He was not having it. As tired as I was that night, I forced myself to get it done. Oh, do you do a real tree, Pixie, or a fake one? So yeah, so now the next holiday is New Year's. Thank you. I am done with 2020. I did the outside lights and decorations last night. There you go. Yeah, I got everything. Everything's gone. Everything is packed and back down cellar in the storage. A fake white one. Ooh, see, I want to do a fake one. I gotta work on it for next year. Maybe I'll just buy one. Because, like, right now, they're really on sale. Because, I know a lot of people that do that. Right after Christmas, they mark down all the Christmas stuff to, like, barely nothing just to get rid of it. I've never done it, but maybe I should go get a fake tree and then my husband can't say anything because I spent money on it. So he would have to deal with it. Nope, I have a vintage ceramic tree and decorated the plants. There you go, Captain Obvious. Yeah, so 420. Yes. So what's everybody got planned for New Year's? I usually get together with a bunch of family. We do like game night and stuff like that, but this year we're not doing anything because it's my sister-in-law's birthday. New Year's Eve is her birthday. So usually we all get together and celebrate her birthday and we do like left, right, center, or we play Texas Hold'em, or we play darts or something like that. But this year we're not doing anything. I might actually take the baby so my daughter and the baby's dad can go do something. I was thinking, well, seeing as I'm not doing anything, maybe the kids can. So I might just ring in the new year with my grandbaby, which I think it would be exciting. Big dinner and sleep before midnight. Yeah, that will be me. What? Jojo, that's funny because in my town, where I live every year, even though it's not a big town, we don't, I don't even have Uber. I don't even have food delivery. I don't get to order groceries. That's how small my town is. But every year they let off fireworks for New Year's. And usually I can go on my porch and I can see them from a distance away. 2 years ago, my dad taught me a trick. I get one of those huge garbage bags and cover my tree with it. Carry carry the wrapped tree downstairs, and it's good to go till next year. Oh, that's cool. If I get a fake tree, I'm gonna have to remember that. It is cool to do fireworks on New Year's. It really is. Yep. So they do it at the firehouse. The fire department puts it off on. Hey, Galloway. Good morning. The yeah, the firemen put it on, and it's really cool. But they do like this whole festival. It's like an ice festival, so we have like ice sculptures, and they're designing the ice sculptures, and they play music and hot cocoa, and then they do fireworks at midnight. They do a movie for the kids. They do a whole thing. It's all in the center. Good morning, Samara. I live a mile from the dockyard, so I can see them from my back. Oh, cool, Jojo. They didn't even do 4th of July fireworks here. Yeah, I don't even remember. I don't think they did here either. I don't think they did here either. So speaking of Christmas and New Year's, I'm sure you all have heard now about the explosion in Nashville. Um, I know that the FBI is putting it together little by little pretty quickly, but it's definitely interesting. This guy is an interesting guy. And there's some weird stuff that I don't understand. Like, some of it is weird to me, and I don't know if we'll ever get the answers, but they're saying now this morning, as of this morning, that the tissue that was found near the explosion is him, that he did die in the explosion. So they believe that he was inside the RV. So Anthony Warner is his name. He is 63 years old. He lives right outside of Nashville. But if I don't know if you guys have been following this case, but also the weird thing is that he gave a house, his house, to a person from California. She was 29 years old. He did it in a silent deed, it's called. Basically, no lawyers, no nothing. He just basically signed it over to her. Now, they're saying that he signed it over in November. So, November 25th was the exact date. So, it was literally a month. What guy? His name is Anthony Warner. He's 69. He drove his RV into the center of Nashville in front of an AT&T building, and there was reports of gunfire. So police went out there and they didn't hear any gunfire, but all of a sudden this RV that was sitting in front of the AT&T building was doing a recording, and it's basically saying that a bomb was going to go off in 15 minutes, and it just kept repeating, and everybody get back and everybody go away. So obviously he did not want to hurt anybody, so they're really thinking it has to do with the AT&T building, because he was trying to um, tell everybody to get away. Then all of a sudden, about like a couple minutes before, I think it was like 5 minutes. I'll have to look again. 5 minutes before it detonated, it switched to the song called Downtown, and it started playing. Now, the RV had no license plates on it. All the windows were covered. They were covered with clothes, curtains, paper, cardboard boxes, everything. Now, the officers that went on the scene described their encounter with it all just this morning. That just came out. But you're right, Galloway. This is the weird thing. So he had a house, never met this woman, supposedly. That I'm going to use supposedly. So supposedly he had this house. He got it. He signed it over to this woman in California. He's 69. She's 29. He signed it over to her in a silent deed. She had no idea that he signed it over to her. And he signed it over November 25th. And so it's been her house since November. But as I've been digging, it looks like he owns two houses on that street. So he gave this woman from California the house he's living in right now back in, it's called a silent deed, Miss Michelle. Not a quick deed, a silent deed. Never even heard of a silent deed, but that's what they're calling it. So he lives in this house, but like three, four houses down, he also owns that house. And it used to be his parents' house. Then it was sold to his brother, and then his brother sold it to him. Well, back in of March of 2019, he did a silent deed and gave that woman from California that house also. So not only, and supposedly she didn't know, but supposedly she's owned the house down the street since March 2019. And she owns the house that he lives in since November 25th, 2020. But she's saying she has no idea who this guy is. Now, mind you, she lives in California, but she did go to school in Nashville. But their age difference, the reason they believe that he went and did this was not to hurt anybody. He truly believed that the cell phone service is the cause of corona. The 5G service is the cause of the corona. And so that's why it was parked in front of the AT&T building. That's why the AT&T building was the one that was the attended target. It knocked out 911. It knocked out all emergency services. Tons of people are without service. So it's pretty crazy. I don't, let's see what you guys. He lived with his parents until a few years ago. The RV was at his house for a few years, according to neighbors. Yes. This is what, let me see. Here's what we know about Anthony Quinn Warner. Let's look. Let me see. I can't see chat, so bear with me for 1 minute. It says longtime Nashville resident Anthony Quinn Warner has been identified as the person of interest in the investigation of the blast that ripped through downtown Nashville early Christmas morning, which we know. And let's see. Police Chief John Drake confirmed Sunday Warner, who until recently was listed as an owner of the Southwest Nashville home, searched by agents Saturday afternoon, has been named the person of interest in the investigation. The house, it can be seen on Google, in the RV. Now, the RV, neighbors are saying that the RV has sat in his yard for years. For years. It has sat there. He's never touched it. He's never anything. It just sat there for years. They said recently they have noticed he was fixing up the RV. Now, he was a quiet man, as neighbors say. He would wave and stuff, but he wasn't a very talkative, very private man. They're saying he didn't have many family at first. Now it's come out that he does have some family. So why wouldn't he leave the house to his family members? Instead, he leaves it to this complete stranger. Yes, they did find his remains. The tissue, they did a DNA test on it, and this morning it came out that it was his remains. They put a 5G tower literally 200 yards from my house. I have cows. as neighbors except a Dollar Tree about a mile away. Yeah. What's that, Remy? Oh, the remains? Yeah. So I just, like I said, what I find weird is Warner transferred the home last month with no money recorded to have changed hands to a 29-year-old Michelle Swing of Los Angeles. The year before, he transferred another property to Swing at 3724 Bakertown Road. Though she told Daily Mail Saturday she was unaware of the transfer, the property transfer records list Warner as unmarried. He does not appear to be a registered voter, and, and online records do not show Warner having voted in any election. It's unclear where Warner is now. Well, now we know where he is. It says they are investigating human remains found at the bombing site under the assumption they came from someone who was inside the RV, which now we know was Anthony. It says, but I just don't get the house. I just don't get how he gave this woman both his houses, but she doesn't know him. He is a loner. They're saying that he was off the grid. He was a loner. He didn't have family. Something about the woman is making me go, I agree. I just find, I just think there's a lot more. I mean, obviously, there was something wrong. He believed that the coronavirus was because of the 5G towers. They think that he has planned this for a while. Obviously, it's not something that's done overnight. So obviously, he's been planning it for at least a month because he signed the house over in November. Jenna, I don't know if you've seen his photo, but they released it and shared it. I know that they didn't have a regular photo of him, but they found a photo from the yearbook. But maybe they've found a new one. I don't see his photo. I just look at his photo. Let me look. Good morning, hanging with Mr. J. They have a bug shot. Let me take a look. Let me see if I can find his picture. Because I know as of yesterday, when I looked, they found a picture of him um, in his yearbook, but nothing earlier. All right, let's look. Anthony Quinn. Let's see if we can find a picture of him. Okay, this is his. They're saying this is his high school picture. Let me screen share for you guys. And I'll show you at least his. All right. So they're saying this is his yearbook photo. This is the first photo they found. But now it looks like this is what he looks like now. And the neighbors say he was quiet. He used to work. They're saying that he used to work as a what's the word I'm looking for? Give me a second. He installed surveillance videos for your home, like he cameras. That's what he did for work. What kind of explosives did he use? They're not saying, yeah, Captain Obvious. No, he looks older. No, he looks older in this photo. Hold on, let's see if I can find another one. Oh, there's one with him. Ah. See, you never know what pictures are real and what's not. Because there's a picture. What do you have, Galloway? Did you send it to me? Let me look. I'm wondering if that's the picture I'm looking at. Yes, that's that picture. Because they have another picture. They're trying to say that you can see through driving, but that doesn't look like the same guy. So you never know. But yes, this is the picture that they have of him right now. Let me screen share for you. This is him. This is Anthony Quinn Warner. But I'm more interested in the girl. To be honest with you, I think they've pretty much figured out that he obviously had mental health issues. He believed that the corona was caused from cell phones. They're really putting that together. But I want to know about this woman. That's what I want to know. I want to know how she got both of his houses. Did he randomly pick her from online? Did they really know? Did they know each other? I truly think that woman is related to him. I'm going with him knowing he had a daughter theory. He would have been 39, 40 when she was born. Maybe, Remy. They have his DNA, so maybe they need to do a DNA analysis on her and him. But that's the only part that gets me. I get everything else. It was tragic. I feel horrible, for the homes and the businesses that have been ruined. It's going to, especially with the virus and the economy as it is. I can only imagine what these bars and AT&T building and all of them are going to have to go through. So many people are going to be without jobs because they don't have a job to go to because he you know, ruined them. So I get all of it. I get that, but the houses is what throws me. How did she not know that he gave her a house in March 2019? And how does she not know he gave her another house in November? I agree, Tally Girl. The woman is one of the weirdest mysteries of this tragedy. I agree. And thankfully, there was only 3 injured, but they are nobody was killed, which is good. The people have already been released from the hospital. One officer has hearing loss in one of his ears. He's not sure if he'll ever get that back, but the police were able to get everybody out. I mean, as crazy as this guy seems to be, he at least didn't want people to get hurt because he did a PA system telling everybody for 15 minutes to get away that a bomb was going to go off. Did you see what happened yesterday? That's what has creeped me out. What do you mean, Galloway? You want to come up? What happened yesterday? I was kind of busy yesterday. I checked yesterday morning. I think she did know, Jenna. I read that she has since deeded one of the houses to someone else. Yes, you're right, Charlie girl. I forgot about that. Thank you for the reminder. So, the first house, okay? The first house, the one that he deeded to her, in March 2019. She had this silent deed, but she has given that house to another woman. Let me see if I can figure out her name. I wish I could find that site that I read that from, Charlie Girl, because I found that weird too. So she's trying to tell everybody she didn't know, but obviously she did know because she actually gave one of the houses to another woman. Um, Let me see if I can find that. I wish I saved it. I'm not looking at chat right now. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find that because I can't remember that woman's name. There was a whole article about it. And I should have saved it. And I didn't. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find that woman's name so I can read it to you. The house was worth 160,000, and he abruptly transferred it into Swing's name via quick claim for zero, allegedly without telling her of the transfer, which explains why her signature isn't on it. In the state of Tennessee, you can deed property to someone else without their consent or their signature or anything. I didn't even buy the house. He just deeded it over to me without my knowledge. So this is all very weird to me. That's all I can say, Swing said in a statement. The home was one of two that had been given to her by Warner. In January 2019, Warner transferred another home. This one was worth $249,000 to her via a quick claim, and again for $0. She in turn transferred it to another person, Betty Lane, Warner's mother. This transaction was more complicated and involved a lawsuit, according to earlier reports. Lane says in her lawsuit that Anthony, acting as an attorney in fact, fraudulently claimed the $250,000 home for himself in an August 2018 quick deed transfer. Lifelong bachelor Anthony then mysteriously gave the home to a 29-year-old Los Angeles-based woman named Michelle Swing, whose ties to him are unclear. The mother-son suit appeared to have been resolved by November of this year. However, after Swing used the same transfer process to give the three-bedroom, single-story property back to Lane, who is still residing there today. Swing's relationship to Warner is unknown in part because she declined to say whether she has ever met Warner or whether she had family links to him. All that's known is that Swing, an unmarried 29-year-old mother who lives in California, but apparently grew up in Tennessee. She attended Knoxville Catholic High School between 2005 and 2008 and went to college at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. So, how is it that she's trying to say she doesn't know him, but yet she went to court with him back in 2019 for the first house that he sold to her? And she supposedly gave it to this Betty Lane. Now, Betty Lane is not saying that she is related to Anthony Warner, but people are saying Betty Lane is his mother. I see all of it. That's what's bizarre to me. The rest of it is tragic as it is. Um, how I feel for everybody. I think we pretty much know why he did it. But what's interesting to me is this woman, this swing, this Lane, and him, how they all combined together, how she's trying to tell the news that she doesn't know him, but yet she knew about the first house. Remy may have nailed it. You're right. She absolutely knew him at least. Uncle, father, or cousin. Yeah. She supposedly he sent her a letter a month ago. Oh, I didn't see that one, Remy. Do you know what the letter said? Did it say what the click the link I just put in chat? All right, hold on. Let me find it. Let's see. Oh, it won't let me. It will only let me put it up there. Remy, can you put that link in Discord? I can click on it from there. It won't let me click on it through chat. Nope, no letter shown. Okay. Maybe Remy might be right. They might be related, and that's gonna come out. But why would she lie? For safety reasons? Did she lie saying she didn't know him for safety reasons? Or did she just lie thinking they weren't gonna find the first house he sold to her? I just find it odd that she would lie about not knowing him. Maybe she was involved. You're right. Well, who knows? Maybe she knew more. Maybe she knew his whole plan altogether. It'll be interesting. But that's what I find interesting about this case right now, is more of that story. Did you put it in there? Hopefully it was advice from an attorney. Maybe. Let's hope so. Remy, did you put that link in the Discord? No? Yes? Oh, there it is. All right, let me look at this. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll screen share it with you guys so you guys can see what I'm seeing. All right, this is what Remy sent me. Says his neighbor has told Heavy Anthony Q. Warner used to work in IT a very odd backstory. 63 years old, single, has an alarm company, used to work in IT, apparently recently sold one property, gave another away for zero, took an RV from his house and did this. Who is Michelle L. Swing? she acquired 2 properties from the Warner family. This document appears to be a different property from the one posted above. This document appears to be a form from 2019. What connection does Anthony Quinn Warner have with her? So can I click on this? All right. A quick claim deed. All right. Let's see. Michelle L. Swing has called there's um, transfer blah 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 Lane Division, Tennessee, being lot number 14 on the map of Magnum Heights subdivision, as for records in book page 147. Said lot number 14, front 85 feet. Okay, that's not interesting. Being part of the property by deed. So it basically just shows the deed. Hold on, I'm not looking at chat. Let's scroll down. He worked in IT, could be TABAT for Anthony. The IP address, leave the poor woman alone. Is Michelle L. Swing in sex work? Oh, geez. So that's pretty much what that shows. Let me stop and see what you guys are saying. Jana, I shared the link yesterday. Alarming circumstances. The man was arrested on 2 felonies and they told. Yes, I did see the box truck. You're right. Yes, but they said it was a box truck playing the same song as Downtown. They pulled it over. There was a guy and an underage child in the box truck. They ended up searching the box truck for a bomb, never found a bomb, and they ended up letting them go. But the man was had a record from what I read yesterday, but I did see that. You sent me a second link, Remy? Oh, is that her? That must be her. Let's look at this, guys. Let me go to screen share again. Nashville bomber 63 told LA. Stop with that. That's why I hate Daily Mail. They have so many ads. Why can't I get rid of that? Thank you. Police identified. Yeah, warrant to believe. Where did her picture go? There it is. This is her, supposedly. This is the 29-year-old Michelle Swing. Let me see what Galloway sent me. Yes, the box truck. Oh, he was arrested on felonies, but no bomb was found. I didn't know he was arrested. I thought they let him go, Remy. And this is the home, and here's the RV, as it sat outside for many years, but this is the RV that he ended up taking. Police going in. Okay. So look at how close these houses were. One was for 249. transferred to Michelle Swing in 2019, and another home for 160,000, and it was transferred to her in 2020. Speculations over Swing's links to Warner followed report claiming that the FBI is investigating whether he may have been motivated by paranoid beliefs that Americans are being spied on with 5G technology. Where did that go? They describe him as an oddball who posted no trespassing signs around the property and was often seen tinkering with a TV antenna on the house. They also said he had an RV matching the one used in the attack parked on the property. The FBI was said to have received 2 tips concerning Warner's prior to the explosion, including one from a person who reported that he was making bombs in his RV in August of 2019. So people were already um, giving police heads up on him. Adding to the mystery over Warner was that he had transferred his homes to Swing late last month. Swing, who lives in Los Angeles, insists that she was unaware of the transfer and her signature does not appear on the deed, which obviously isn't true now because she ended up knowing about the first home back in March because she went to court. I didn't even buy the house. He just deeded it over to me without my knowledge. This is all very weird to me. That's about all I can say. Records show Warner transferred another home on Bakerstown Road to Swing in January 2019. The $249,000 house had previously belonged to a member of his family, and Warner had only been in possession of it for 5 months before again giving it to Swing for free. She later also used a quit claim to give the house to another person. The house was originally owned by Warner's father, Charles, but passed but was passed to Warner's brother Steve after Charles' death in 2011. Steve died of cancer in September 2018, a month after Warner acquired the house. Court records show Warner's mother, Chris, tried to stop the transfer of the second home last year after accusing her son of acting in his own interest as Steve's power of attorney before his death. Chris later dropped the case against her son. Hmm, that's crazy. Crazy, crazy. So, how can you sit there and say, first, you don't know him, but yet it shows that you transferred the first home to somebody else's name? FBI say they received 2 letters in 2019 saying he was making bombs in his RV. Yeah. Why didn't police ever check? Or did they? Was he that savvy that he was able to hide the bombs? Or did they just find him as a crazy kook and just thought, he had mental health problems and he really isn't capable of building a bomb? So now are they trying to say this could have all been prevented because people were actually giving the police heads up? That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. Does anybody want to come up Anybody want to come up and say anything on that? I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? Anybody want to come up and give it your theories? Remy, you want to come up? Oh, sorry. But they also say he's not on any kind of watch list neither. So that's weird. It is Captain Obvious. Because if I would think he would be if there people are reporting that he's making bombs inside his RV, wouldn't you think that they would keep an eye on him? Yes, in January 2019. Yes. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. I think we're going to find out more. Let's see. Let's see what else I can find. The property linked to him since the 1980s was raided on Bakerstown Road. The house was transferred for free to 29-year-old Swing on November 25th, but claimed she was unaware. Warner also transferred the house on the same road to Swing for free in January 2019. That house previously belonged to Warner's father, Charles, who died in 2011. It was transferred to Warner's brother, Steve, before passing it to Warner in October 2018, a month prior to Steve's death. Warner's mother, Chris, is still alive, and he has a sister, Teresa. The Daily Report Warner was arrested in 1978 and convicted on unspecified felony charges in the 80s. Neighbors described Warner as an oddball who was seen tinkering with antenna on the roof, no trespassing signs. FBI agents are said to be investigating tips that Warner was paranoid about spying on Americans through 5G. He used the Bakerstown Road address as the location of his business, Custom Alarm Electronics, which specialized in burglary crimes. The license for the business expired in 1998. Warner then became a self-employed IT worker and carried out some subcontract work for a local real estate agent who spoke to FBI agencies on Saturday. It's the man out of the 2012 movie. Yeah, she just declined to answer. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, guys. That's what I know. I think it's going to be interesting. Maybe Remy is right. You never know. Maybe it's going to come out that they're related. Maybe she knew stuff. I mean, I just find it weird that she's saying she had no idea. No idea. I just have a hard time believing that. I think a lot of answers are with the woman in the houses. Whether she played with his mental illness or he had unknown. Oh, you're right, Tally girl. Hmm. I really wonder if he left a manifesto. They seem to do that when they're doing it for a cause. And if he did, I bet you we're never gonna know. Because I would have a feeling that he probably he wrote stuff, and if he was paranoid and had no trespassing signs, I can only imagine what they found in his house. I can only imagine. But what's going to happen to the houses now? Because one of the houses she sold, the first one, she sold back to somebody else. But what is she going to do with this house? Is the FBI I mean, is the state gonna take it from her for, damages from the blast? Is she gonna be able to keep it? Is she gonna sell it? It's gonna be interesting. But I wanna know how she knew him, because I believe she knew him. I don't think she had no clue. So if she stole, then she absolutely knows she's lying. Yeah. I definitely believe she's lying, in that aspect. I think she absolutely knew him somehow, some way she knew him. Because she knew of the first house that he gave her. Now, a complete stranger giving you that first house, and then you sell it, give it to somebody else because you don't want it, but then this house, you had no clue he gave it to you, but you don't think that people aren't going to find out about the first house? I don't know. I just feel like there's more to it. I would think the state would sue for it. I think so too, Captain Obvious. But it's going to be interesting if she's involved or not involved. I don't think she was involved though. If he inherited the house and was quite clever, you would have thought he would have even more to leave. Hey, Long Day, welcome. Yeah, he could have money. He could, I mean, it seems like he was kind of scamming though. Because, like his mother said, that he acted like his brother, the first house was his brother, but his brother was dying of cancer. So he spoke for his brother and ended up signing that house over to himself, which sounds like his mother said he did illegally and she tried to sue him for it. But when he got that house over to him, he ended up passing it over to Swing, the 29-year-old. Well, at that time, she had to have been 28, 27. And then she found out about the house somehow and ended up giving it to another woman. And now this house. I feel bad for I can't imagine what she has to go through now. Yeah, I'm sure she's in hiding because once the news gets a hold of you, they follow you and chase you down. So I'm sure she's in hiding. I don't know how there is no taxes involved. I mean, what did he have to pay to transfer these homes? I don't know, Captain Obvious. And it's kind of weird to know that Tennessee has this law. Yes, Galloway, yeah. That's what they think is the main reason why he put the RV in front of the AT&T building was to knock out the 5G network because he felt like they were spying on him and it was part of the reason why COVID's around. But it's kind of interesting to know that in Tennessee, you don't even need a signature. I could move to Tennessee and let's say I get a house that's you know, let's say shithole, that it's basically nothing, but I buy it for dirt cheap or whatever, and I can sit there and sign it over to Captain Obvious, and Captain Obvious wouldn't even know I did it because I don't need her signature. And now all of a sudden, when the town goes after, you know, the condemned building or the piece of crap building, guess what? They end up finding Captain Obvious and say, "Hey, Captain Obvious, you have to deal with this house because guess what? It's your house," and she had no clue. Does it state anywhere in news her employment or bio? Not that I saw, but hold on, let me look. Let's see if they found out anything about her. I know she's a single mom. Um, she's unmarried. She's a single mom. Let's see. She resides in Los Angeles. Who is Michelle Swing? Let's see. She's cooperating with FBI. Here, I'll screen share this with you guys so you guys can see what I'm looking at. If it will let me. All right. Now you guys can see what I'm looking at. Hopefully. Am I frozen? The 29-year-old reportedly cooperating with FBI after it was revealed she is the apparent owner of two Bakertown Road homes linked to the Nashville bomber suspect. Warner had gifted her a $160,000 house last month and a $249,000 house last year. Her signature reportedly does not appear on the November 25th transfer. This is her. Swing told Daily Mail, in the state of Tennessee, you can deed property to someone else without their consent or their signature or anything. I didn't even buy the house. He just deeded it over to me without my knowledge. So this is all very weird to me. That's all I can say. According to her LinkedIn profile, she studies marketing and business at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. She apparently remained working there until 2012 when she moved to California. Swing first moved to San Francisco before relocating to Los Angeles in October 2018. She works in artist development. How is she linked to the Nashville? Swing declined to say if she had ever met Warner or if she had family links, and said to direct further questions to the FBI. Cops have raided the $160,000 property on Bakerstown Road as part of the probe, with the house linked to Warner since 1980. This is the house that was for $249,000. This is the house that was for $160,000. Now we know about all that. Injured 3 people, damaged at least 41 businesses in the area, and caused one building to partially collapse. There's his RV. Why did he give her the 2 homes? It's unclear why the homes were given to Swing. The $249,000 home formerly belonged to family members of Warner, and he reportedly only in possession of it for 5 months before gifting it to Swing. She reportedly later used the quitclaim to give the house to another person. Locals said he kept no trespassing signs around his home and has been seen tinkering with antennas. We know that. And that's about it. It really doesn't say much about her. Not yet, anyway. She declined to answer, makes me really believe they were related. Yeah. She said she didn't meet him in person. Why admit to the house, though? I don't know. I don't know. But I know that she first said she didn't know him, but now it's coming out that she obviously knew something about him because she knew about the first house and she gave it to somebody else. When did the bomb happen, may I ask? If it was early day, more will come out. It happened at 6:30 in the morning on Christmas morning. It started at 6 a.m. is when the intercom started talking, telling everybody to clear out. About 10 minutes before the bomb went off, it ended up playing the song Downtown, and at 6:30 a.m. it exploded. You're welcome, Jojo. I thought they said around 5:30 the gunshots were heard. Yeah, because it first started with gunshots. But this is the thing. A lot of people are saying that somebody reported gunshots. Now, I'm wondering if he reported it. I'm wondering because if you watch all the videos that they have, all of them, you can hear the the talking, the PA system, but there is no video of gunshots. None. Anywhere. But people are saying that they heard gunshots prior. So, was it part of the PA? Did he have gunshots on that PA to make people call? Did he call? It's going to be interesting. But they say it first starts with gunshots, that they were initially sent out there for gunshots. When they got there, there was one officer that said this morning in the news that he noticed the RV. He walked up to the RV. There was no plates on the RV, but he did notice that it was all the windows were covered. He said above the rear view mirror was a camera. So he felt like somebody was inside that camper watching every move they made because there was a camera above the rear view mirror. So the officer went back to grab more protective gear into his trunk. When he opened the trunk to get more protective gear, that's when the bomb went off. And it ended up throwing him into the trunk of his own car. So obviously, Anthony Warner was inside that RV playing the PA system, and he was watching everything that was going on by a camera. And they don't know if he had more than one, but the officer did say he saw a camera above the rearview mirror. But there was no plates attached to it. But he was going to make entrance into the RV because at that time they didn't know, they knew the RV was playing that music in the PA. Did they hear a countdown? Yes, they did. It kept saying 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and then it went to playing that song Downtown. And it was a woman on the PA. That's the other thing. It was not a guy's voice on the PA. It's a woman's voice on the PA. That's another thing that's odd to me. Now, he is the one. So, how did he get a recording of a woman doing a countdown? How did he get a woman's voice saying, please leave the area, a bomb is about to detonate in 15 minutes? If you watch the videos, you can hear that PA going off, and it's a woman on that PA, not a man. Text to voice, they think? Yeah, maybe. Easy. Exactly. A bot voice. He was tech savvy. Absolutely. It could be any reason how he had it. But it was a woman's voice that was on it. But like I said, they went out there initially for gunshots. So it went from gunshots to a PA to a song to the bombing. That's how it went. So, but Was it really gunshots or was it firecrackers? Was it the PA making it sound like gunshots, but really there wasn't? So do you think the intercom warning was because he wanted property damage and not human life? I do, Tally girl. In my opinion, I do. Because most bombers, if you think about it, anybody that bombs or wants to destroy, they don't give you a warning. They just put a bomb somewhere and they blow it up, and it don't matter if they take lives or not. For some reason, he was warning everybody to get away. I don't think he wanted there to be casualties. I think he just wanted to take down that AT&T building because he felt like the AT&T building and the 5G were listening in and, spying on him, and he felt that it was connected to the corona. So I truly think that he did not want to hurt anybody, in my opinion, because most people that want to do stuff like that, they don't give warning. They don't even tell anybody they're going to do it. They just go and do it. And if they take lives, they take lives. So, yeah, I mean, I do have to say it's definitely an odd one because he really did try to get people to not be hurt. And it worked. There was no casualties. The police were able to get everybody out. Yeah, there was injuries, 3, but they weren't severe injuries. That's why you think there's going to be a manifesto somewhere. Yeah. The stores, if open, were only accepting cash, my daughter said, because all of the networks were down. Yeah. I don't I don't even think they're back up yet. I still think people are without. I know 911 was down. Nobody could call 911. Nobody could call any emergency services after the bomb went off, and other people that had AT&T, they were not allowed, they didn't have Wi-Fi. Did he have training in bomb making or he learned online? Tally girl, they have not said yet. They're saying he was an IT tech. He worked and did home security. Basically, he put cameras and stuff in people's homes. He started his own business. He did work for a company for a long time, and then he left that and ended up starting his own business. One law enforcement lost hearing in one ear. They don't know if he'll ever get it back or if it's temporary. Let's hope it's temporary, but yes. And the woman officer broke down bad speaking. Yeah, that the officers, like they said, we are a family, but I feel even closer to the 5 that were down there that night because there was 5 or 6 officers, and they talked this morning. So if you guys look in the news this morning, you're going to see their account of what they found. And that's how I know about that officer walking up to the RV and seeing no license plate and seeing that camera. But there was people like Timothy McVeigh who bombed a whole center with a daycare in it during the time that people were in there. So thanks goodness. Exactly, Captain Obvious. Timothy McVeigh never gave warning. He didn't care if he killed everybody in that building. Yes, he wanted that building down because he felt like, they were spying on him, but he didn't care that he was taking lives too. I mean, not saying what this guy did was right. I don't believe what he did was right. I think he was mentally unstable and needed help. But I am thankful that he did this PA. It was Christmas morning. Not only was there businesses around, but there was apartments around. He could have seriously hurt a family or much worse, took a family's life on Christmas morning. And he prevented that by doing the PA. Not saying that he should be, ruled I mean, he just, to me, it feels like he had compassion for people. He had to have to do this, to have that PA going, to protect the people and get them out. Still doesn't mean what he did was right. Still doesn't mean he wasn't crazy. It just means that he had to have some compassion for human life. I agree, Jojo. I agree. So I definitely will keep you guys updated. Another person that really dissects this case and really gets into it and shows you Google Maps and breaks it down is Gray Hughes. Gray Hughes has been covering this case since the day it broke. He's done at least three, maybe four videos. So if you really want to get into like the Google Maps and the homes and stuff like that, go over and watch Gray's video lives. He did really good with it. I am definitely going to keep covering this to find out who this Michelle Swing is. See if there's ties. See if Remy is right. Are they related? Are they not? But he planned it out well enough to know that he was going to be able to park it there too. So he was a genius at some, because no other day he would be able to get away with that. Not on that road. No way. Captain Obvious, you're right. He had to have planned it out. Um I think he was planning it out for a good year. If I had to guess, I would say it had to have been. I'm actually shocked that more incidents aren't happening due to what COVID has done to people and mental health. I agree. Thank God, Galloway, and let's hope that this doesn't give other people ideas. Let's hope. I know that yesterday, in Tennessee, they had that box truck that was playing that music downtown. Thankfully, there was no bombs in that box truck. But still, obviously, it's giving people ideas, which is horrible. I think they are or were friends, some type of something. Well, we'll find out, Remy. So I hope everybody has a good day. And like I said, as more comes out about that, I will keep you updated. And like I said, if you really are interested and want to really dissect this, go over to Gray, check him out. And I hope everybody has a fabulous day. I will be live again tomorrow morning to talk to you all on your way to work or whatever. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you could hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, either one, I like them. I like both of them. Leave a comment if you would like. Everybody stay healthy, stay happy, and stay you. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye.